Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I am Shane.
And I am Sydney.
How you doing, Sydney?
I'm doing all right. How are you, Shane?
I'm doing great. I've just been, surfing on the web, getting ready to come here and teach these bright minds a little bit about what? What are we talking about today?
So today we are going to be talking about designing a website.
What a coincidence. I was just looking at a bunch of websites while I was on my phone. And do you remember, like, right now we're like in what they call like the internet, like 2.0, and it might even be like 3.0 by now.
At this point,
it was about like around the 2000s or 2005 or something like that. They started changing things, but in the early 2000s, do you remember those websites you would go to, and there would just be so much information on one page?
Yeah.
There would be like 100 links and like 20 different advertisements.
Yeah, it would just look a mess. It was very confusing. The websites back then were very hard to navigate.
Right.
And if you were navigate, meaning hard to
get from one place to the other.
Get from one place to another. And if you were looking for a specific piece of information, you had to kind of click around until you really found what you were looking for.
And now websites have become much more clean.
Yes.
And less busy and messy, and they just have a better UI, a better user interface.
Yeah.
Which just means when we look at it as a user, how we interact with it, it's just much easier to use or to navigate, like you said.
Absolutely.
Okay, why don't we get into this and find out? This is a dialogue, and it's going to be about designing a website.
Adele and Charles are working on their club's website.
The first page of our website doesn't look good. There's too much going on.
I tried to arrange the objects and information in a fun way.
I know. That part there is fine. But this part here feels wrong to me.
Right, so we are going to get started with our dialogue, and our lesson today is Grammar Station Part B, designing a website. So we have two people, Adele and Charles, I believe.
Adele and Charles. Okay, so what are they getting up to today? So Adele and Charles are working on their club's website.
Okay. Their club, maybe like their school club or an extracurricular club, something for fun, maybe.
In my mind, I'm thinking these are some students and they're both in the same club and they want to get a website going, you know, so that they can get more club members maybe. Give information to the public about their club. Okay, so they're looking at the website, maybe designing it a little bit. Okay, so you will be Adele.
I will.
I will be Charles.
Yes, of course.
And Adele, you begin.
All right. So Adele says, the first page of our website doesn't look good. There's too much going on. Which is what we were just talking about, right? Before, how many years ago when the internet and when websites were first coming out, they didn't look the best, they weren't super user-friendly, and they were very busy. They had too much going on. And if there's too much going on, then no one's gonna really want to explore more of your site.
And so what is, the page? What is a page?
The page, right. So our vocabulary word here is page. That is a noun. And page, when we're talking about websites, is essentially, or when you go to a website, the first thing that you see, that would be like the first page. And then when you click on something else, it takes you to another page. So the page is just a part of a website that gives you different information.
Right, and of course then like in a book, a page is just one piece of
one
paper,
piece of paper
right?
in the book.
In the book, you know, like number one. So it's it comes after they're using that terminology or those terms from a book and applying them to the internet. So we call it a web page.
Yes.
Okay. So we also have an expression, there's too much going on. And what that means is just that it looks messy, like you were saying. And it's just, and like we said before, it's not simple and clean enough. Just too much going on.
Too much going on.
It's just
too busy.
It's like overload for your brain.
Yes.
It's like you look at it, you're like, I don't know where to look.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, why don't we go ahead and go to Tina and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Tina. 今天的对话是关于设计网页。排版对于提升使用者体验和网站美观来说非常重要。我们先来看看单字 page 名词网页 Click on that page to see more information. 点击那个网页来看更多资讯。再来看一下文法重点。对话中提到了 There's too much going on. 太多事物正在发生或进行。意思是东西太多，复杂了。Too much 指的是过多的人事物，在这里是代名词的用法。Go on 指的是发生、进行，意思相近于 happen。我们来看看这个例句。There was too much going on at the office last week. 上周办公室里有太多事情正在进行。Several events were going on at the same time. 几个活动同时正在进行。接着我们回到课文当中。
Okay, so we know that so far this club's web page or the website, the page that they're on, it's looking a little bit too busy.
Yeah.
And it's like there's a lot going on.
Yeah, maybe there's too much going on. It's too distracting maybe and not very clear for people who actually want to visit the website.
Right. So Charles, in his defense, he says, well, I tried to arrange the objects in information in a fun way. So you can see how that could go wrong.
Yeah.
You know, you want to make it look very like a lot is happening and make it jump out, but that could be like too much for your eyes to take in.
Right. It could be a bit distracting when you actually do go to the website.
Yeah. So I can imagine that. So
Exactly.
you said he tried to arrange it in a fun way. What does that mean, arrange?
So arrange is a verb, and to arrange just means to put things in a particular order, right? So even if you're in school and you want to think about your classroom, for example, your teacher will arrange the students to sit in very specific seats. In this case, right, we have Charles wanting to arrange or put things in a specific order on the website.
Okay, got it. And then there was another vocabulary word, object. So he's arranging the objects, actually. And the object is just a thing that you can see, or sometimes touch, or something that appears, of course, on a screen or a web page like this. So it's just something you can look at on a web page.
Yeah. And then Adele goes on to say, I know that part there is fine, but this part here feels wrong to me. Okay, so maybe some parts of the website are fine, but to
She's
Adele,
not feeling it.
she's not feeling it. When someone says, "Oh, it feels wrong to me," they have a feeling, a deep intuition, like, you know what, this isn't right. We have to change it.
No good.
Yeah, no good.
Okay, let's go to Tina.
我们来看一下刚刚对话里提到的单字 arrange 动词排列编排。Maya arranged the flowers in a beautiful vase. Maya 在漂亮的花瓶里排列了花朵。Object 名词物件物品。That is a strange object on the table. 桌上那个物品很奇怪。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, well, it looks like Charles is trying to do his best, but it looks like, you know, he might have a little bit too much going on here. And Adele says, yeah, it's just, you know, something's not quite right.
Yeah, some of it she likes, and other parts she's not feeling that much.
Yeah, it just feels wrong to her. Okay, so why don't we go to the second part of the dialogue, and we'll be right back.
What seems to be the matter?
I have no idea. Maybe it's all the links.
I can take them out. How does that sound?
That sounds like a good place to start.
Great. I want the page to get better, not worse.
Welcome back, everybody. So before the break, Adele thought that there's something seems a little bit wrong.
Yeah,
right, on
something's
the web
not
page.
quite right with the web page.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Charles then says, what seems to be the matter?
Yeah, like what's wrong with it?
Yeah,
Why don't you like what I've done so far?
Yeah,
right?
come on, I'm
what's
trying
wrong? What's
my
the matter?
best.
Yeah.
And you are sitting here insulting my website.
Oh my gosh.
What's the matter?
Oh my gosh. Well,
He's not that angry.
yeah, maybe not that.
I'm adding too much to that.
Yeah. All right. And Adele says, I have no idea. Maybe it's all the links.
Ooh.
Okay, links. Now, link, that's our vocabulary word here. And link is a noun. Now, a link is basically a part of a website that when you click on it, it'll lead you somewhere else.
Right, to another web page.
To another web page. And that is just, sometimes it can be a good thing to have links on a web page, but if you have too many, it just gets to be way too much and can sometimes drive people away from your original website.
Right, right. So I think that that's the case here. Maybe it's just all the links. I know that when back in the day, 15 years ago or something, it's like a lot of web pages had this problem. There's just links all over there, and it was very distracting, and it wasn't clean at all. So I think that that's probably what Adele is having a problem with.
Yeah.
So why don't we go to Tina, and we'll come right back.
我们来看一下刚刚对话里提到的单字 link 名词连结网站连结 Click on this link to watch the video 点击这个连结来看影片文法的部分刚刚提到了 I have no idea 我不知道我不清楚这是一个口语用法也就是 I don't know idea 在这里是不可数名词指的是想法概念我们来看看这个例句I have no idea what time the movie starts. 我不知道电影何时开始。接着我们回到课文当中。
Okay, thank you, Tina.
Yeah.
Very nice of you to help us out there. Okay, so continuing with the dialogue, Charles says, well, we're talking about the links, and there's just maybe too many.
There's probably
of them.
too many. Yeah.
Too many? So Charles says, I can take them out. How does that sound?
Sounds like a good idea. Let's see. Oh, well, Adele says, that sounds like a good place to start. Right, absolutely.
Good place to start. So Charles says, great. I want the page to get better, not worse.
Yeah.
Of course, he wants to improve.
Yeah, he wants to improve
the page,
it.
and his heart's in the right place.
Yeah.
But he just got maybe carried away a little bit when he's designing this and thought, well, I want to have a link to pretty much everything. So anywhere on our website that somebody wants to go, there's a link on this page that they can go to, but it probably just ended up looking a little bit too messy.
Yeah, so they have to work on improving it, like you said.
Right, okay. All right, so why don't we go ahead, we'll review the dialogue again, and we will see you next time.
Absolutely.
Okay, see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Adele and Charles are working on their club's website.
The first page of our website doesn't look good. There's too much going on.
I tried to arrange the objects and information in a fun way.
I know. That part there is fine. But this part here feels wrong to me.
What seems to be the matter?
I have no idea. Maybe it's all the links.
I can take them out. How does that sound?
That sounds like a good place to start.
Great. I want the page to get better, not worse.
我们来复习一下这一课的重点单字跟文法。单字的部分 ，page 名词网页 ，arrange 动词排列编排 ，object 名词物件物品 ，link 名词连结网站连结。接着我们来看文法的部分 ，There's too much going on 太多事物正在发生或进行。There was too much happening all at once 一下子发生太多事了。A lot of events are going on in the park today. 今天公园里有许多活动正在进行。I have no idea. 我不知道，我不清楚。Sam had no idea that he made Lisa cry. Sam 不知道他惹 Lisa 哭了。以上就是这一课的重点单词跟文法，我们下一课再见喽，拜拜。
Welcome to Which One Fits, the game where we tackle confusing English words.
I can't wait to get started.
Today, we're going to sort out the difference between borrow and lend.
Before we jump in, let's see how this game works.
In Which One Fits, we'll read a sentence with a blank, and you have to choose between borrow and lend.
So join us and challenge your English intuition.
All right, first sentence. Can I blank your pen for a moment? Which one fits?
I'm asking to use it, so it should be borrow?
You got it. Borrow means to take something from someone temporarily, with the intention of giving it back.
Okay.
Let's try another one. I can blank you my notes if you need them. Which one fits?
That sounds like lend. I'm giving it to them.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Lend means to give something to someone for the time being, expecting it to be returned.
Nice. I think I'm getting better at this game.
All right, let's break it down clearly.
First, borrow is a verb that means to take something from someone for a period of time. For example, I borrowed some books from the library for the weekend.
So when you borrow something, you're taking it temporarily, usually to use it, and you're expected to return it later.
On the other hand, lend is also a verb, but it focuses on giving something to someone for a short time. For example, he lent me his umbrella yesterday because he had a spare one.
When you lend something, you allow someone to use it for a while and expect it back afterward.
Here's an easy tip. Borrowing is taking and lending is giving.
Exactly. It's simple once you get the difference.
And here's something fun. Both can appear in the same sentence. I borrowed my friend's phone for a call, and she happily lent it to me.
So when you borrow something from someone, they're lending it to you.
Right. And now you'll never mix them up again.
Until next time, stay curious.
Bye-bye.